saddened when I heard what happened. And I start to analyze.
Mel Witherspoon, Erie County's Democratic City Council, pretty much confesses to unaliving somebody. Now, I'll grant you, it was years ago that this happened. This wasn't like, it wasn't like it was yesterday or day before. It was quite young. But the statute of limitations for that kind of crime, I don't think there is one. At least, I could be wrong about Pennsylvania. But he confesses during this speech he's kind of given. Weird, man. And there's a few minutes in between, which is kind of leading up to it. We'll skip past that. But he tells you how he done it. He tells you he spent one night in jail. Then he tells you that he must have came from a pretty well-off background. This guy would love to throw the victimhood card and say that because of his skin color doesn't have have an advantage. Because of my whiteness, I have an advantage. I guarantee you, if I did what he did, I'm pretty sure I'd still be sitting in the jail. But he had some family that knew some family that knew some family. Next thing you know, this dude's sitting out scot clean, free, clear of all charges. Nothing ever happened about it. And he pretty much openly confessed to cold-blooded, while this other person was completely unarmed, I think, maybe, probably. But I'll let you be the deciding factor. I'm going to play the rest of the video. Check this out.
They left. I had the clip in my gun. Nick came in my room. I said, Nick, I can blow your head off. He said, go ahead. And I did. I shot him in the head point blank, this close. I stayed in jail one night. I never went to court. I went back to basketball. How did that happen? Because I had a family member, one of my uncles. He was involved with one of the families. That family made a call from Newark to New York to Omaha to Nebraska, where I was at, and I was out the next day. See, so that's having the right contact at the right time.
It almost sounds like his whole family was tied with some sort of organized crime. In that video that, it was quite a long video. I got to the really good part. He talks about he was involved in gangs and different things like that. And his whole family, he came from a long line of criminals. Now he's sitting in political positions, which is indicative. We see this all the time. We see this all the time. Criminals running the show. And how does that happen? How do you know some people that get you off the hook? Unless the police force that were involved in the investigation and the family members that were involved with the rival gangs were involved in all this. But he just goes right back to play basketball and he's good to go. No problem. Nothing ever happened about that. I would love to see something come out of this, because nothing ever came out of this. This needs to be investigated. There needs to be a grassroots investigation into this dude, into this Mr. Mel Witherspoon, who gosh knows what else other weird crimes he's committed along the way that may or may not be still under the guise of the statute of limitations that needs to be looked into. That's crazy. And admits it. This is how hubris is. I think he feels like he's at this point now where I can just admit to it. It's fine. No big deal. This should go viral. Thank you guys for watching.